So today was A-level results day, and yes, of course, it's been an incredibly disrupted year and a half in education, with young people spending vast amounts of time simply not at school, and we haven't been through the usual exam sitting procedure, so much of what's been marked has been done on continuous assessment. But just think about this. Have a look at these figures. Have a look at these figures and ask yourself whether this makes sense. So in 2019, 25% of young men and women aged 18 who took their A-levels, 25% got A's or A stars. Now look at that graph. Today, nearly 45% of our 18-year-olds got A's or A stars. It's virtually doubled since just before the pandemic. You can also see with that graph a gap between the attainment of boys and girls. And it would seem that boys in some ways do better sitting fixed examinations under that stress, and girls, perhaps they're more diligent at school and do better with continuous assessment. But for it to have gone from 25% to 45% in the space of just 2 years, frankly, something is wrong. It must be ridiculous. And yet Gavin Williamson, the Education Secretary, says that students deserve to be rewarded after a year of disruption. So prizes for everybody from Gavin Williamson. And he says this year's grades have been awarded and they should not undermine or question the value of students' results. Well, the question I'm asking you tonight is, as they pass everything, are we actually failing our young people? And I think we are, because I feel sorry for those who genuinely would have achieved A grades in much more trying and testing circumstances. Okay, the A star is there, I know, but many who would have excelled, and the gap between them and their peers would have been great. For them, this has simply disappeared. It also plays in to the idea that 50% of young people should go to university. And in many cases, university is right. Of course it is. For those that are academically inclined, for those who want to go on to medical professions or whatever else it may be, of course, university is right. But with lots of A's and A stars, I'm sorry, there'll be many going to university who will rack up debt over the course of the next 3 years and find themselves with no advantage in the workplace whatsoever. So I think we're failing them in that regard. And I also think it plays into this narrative in this country where we seem to think that passing academic exams is wonderful, but learning or being encouraged to learn trades and skills is a bad idea. And very often those that go into trades and skills actually do better, make more money, have more independence, often as self-employed people, than those that finish up working for the big corporate companies. So I think we're failing our young people. I want to know what you think, and you can do that, of course, by getting in touch with me, gbviews@gbnews.uk. You can also send in your the Farage questions, which I see and read out sight unseen at the end of the show.